All right, so this is a summary of chapter 2. This is module 4, chapter 2, and this chapter is all about just what we've covered in chapter 2 already. I hope you've been able to attempt the quizzes and understand more on this particular course. So, we have module 4, chapter 2 summary, and let's go ahead with it. So we've looked at quite a lot: incident response, business continuity, and disaster recovery. And right here in chapter 2, you have some terms and definitions that you should probably go through, where they explain quite a lot of things, as well as a glossary flashcard. So you have some flashcards there, which are basically the terms and definitions, but in flashcard format. And over here we have a question. So we have a quiz and we are just going to attempt that, and let's see. Okay, so we have question 1. You're working in your organization security office. You receive a call from a user who tried to log into the network several times with the correct credentials with no success. This is an example of an emergency, an event, a policy, or a disaster. It's not an emergency, neither is it a disaster. We didn't cover anything on emergency. It's not a policy, obviously. Grammatically, that is incorrect. So we have between event and disaster left. Of course, like I said before, any occurrence that happens, good or bad, is an event. So all the logs, right? That's why we went to event viewer in the last class. So event is the answer. And question 2, you're working in an organization security office. You receive a call from a user who has tried to log into the network several times with the correct credentials, but with no success. After a brief investigation, you determine that the user's account has been compromised. Well, in this particular situation, you could basically say the user account has been compromised. Of course, it's an event, but it's an event with in a direction that shows something bad has occurred. So it's not risk management, it's not incident detection, wow, it's not malware, of course, and it's not a disaster. So what exactly are we pointing? Oh, I got myself confused there, right? So after a brief investigation, you determine the user's account has been compromised. So you basically determined. So it means you detected an incident. So we'll move from there, and we have question 3. An external agency has tried to gain access to your organization's IT environment without proper authorization. This is an example of a or an what? Is it an exploit? Is it an intrusion? Is it an event? Is it a malware? Well, this is also an event, right? This is basically an event. Someone tried to gain access without proper authorization, but it's an event with a direction, right? So it's not an exploit. An exploit is the pathway used for the attack, it's the tool used for the attack, right? Malware is malicious software, basically. We have between event and intrusion. Event is anything that has been done, but intrusion is an event aimed at overtaking a PC, So intrusion is going to be our answer here. And we have question 4. When responding to a security incident, your team determines that the vulnerability that was exploited was not widely known. When you get to any question and they say the vulnerability has not been widely known, you should automatically know that it's possibly a 0-day attack. So we'll move to the next one, which is basically question 5. True or false, IT department is responsible for creating the organization's business continuity plan, right? So true, the IT department is also responsible. Question 6, the business continuity effort for an organization is a way to ensure critical functions are maintained during disaster, emergency, or interruption to an environment. Of course, when you're doing business continuity, you're trying to make sure the business continues running even when there's something wrong, right? And that's all about it. Disaster recovery is to return it to the last save point, the last best working point. So our answer here is obviously going to be business critical functions are maintained. And for the next one, which of the following is very likely to be used in a DR effort? Of course, the disaster recovery is always relating to the last time it works. Guard dogs are a preventive issue, and contract personnel are going to be working. Anti-malware is also preventive, so we are left with data backups, right? So, what, which of the following is often attached, associated with the DR planning? And when you're doing disaster recovery planning, of course, your checklist are always going to be in there. Which of these activities is often associated with the DR efforts? Running anti-malware solutions, scanning the IT for vulnerabilities, employees, zero-day exploit. Well, I believe this particular one is going to be A, because when you're doing disaster recovery, things have gone haywire. Things have gone bad, and you are just returning to the last safe location, right? So it's obviously going to be an A. Employees returning to the primary production location, right? Yep, so we have question 10. Which of these components is very likely to be instrumental to any disaster recovery effort? The best thing that is most likely here are backups. We are submitting the questions, and let's say submit quiz. Quiz is getting submitted, and that is it. So I hope this has been helpful, and remember to attempt the quizzes questions. Let me know if anything was different, anything was wrong, and we'll work together from there. So apparently we missed one. We're just going to point that out. True or false? False. Oh, it's not just members from IT. See, tiny mistakes like this could actually cost a lot. So basically, everybody should be in the business continuity plan. So yes, that's good, and let us proceed with the next chapter. See you in the next chapter.